Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators,
friends,
and neighbors,
and always at your service.
Go ahead and give me your order.
Whoa.
Howdy.
Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new Ultimate Beer Cheese Breakfast Pizza, Breakfast Burrito, or a new Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's premium bean-to-cup coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
By focusing only on meat and grocery, we can do those things to the best of our abilities.
No frills, no gimmicks. You're gonna get top quality meat, top quality produce, top quality customer service.
They always tell us, sell it as low as you can. Sell it as low as you possibly can.
And we work hard so we can keep those prices lower.
And that's what Fairway does to a lot of people. They take care of people.
I have one thing to accomplish, and it's that.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Slate's the place for you!
We at the Girls Athletic Union are so thankful for those who support us and help us put this great event on, none of which are more important or more special as the Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. With me today is Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Glad to be here.
So we want to tell the viewers about the Iowa Farm Bureau and the support you provide the Girls Athletic Union. So why does Iowa Farm Bureau invest in support in the Girls Athletic Union and our tournament games?
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. You know, the Iowa Farm Bureau, we've been the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for over 17 years. And for us, this is more than just a tournament. You know, this is something that's important for these girls. They are tomorrow's leaders. And you know, these are places that the Iowa Farm Bureau is absolutely proud to be involved in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and you are joining us live from Extreme Arena here in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. And you're watching it right here, live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. I'm Emery Songer. I'll be with you here, along with our director, Ruben Garza. Jose Guzman is our camera operator. Molly Geist will be joining us for some color commentary later on in the broadcast. Your matchup here a Class 2A semifinal between Dike-New Hartford, who's just absolutely a machine at this point, taking on the 8 seed Kuemper Catholic. And before we do anything else, let's go ahead and take a look at our road to state between these two teams, as it certainly has been an interesting topic of conversation. Looking at the top seed, Dike-New Hartford, 42-2 on the season. They were able to get to the state tournament with the victory over at Grandview Christian. They did not drop a set in their 3 regional tournament matchups, and obviously when you look at the numbers, just staggering. Player to watch on the attack is going to be Jaden Peterson, but they also have 3 other players with over 100 kills on the season. Now their opponent today is going to be Kuemper Catholic, who certainly also a team to be reckoned with. Haven't lost since all the way back on the 26th of September against Roland Story, defeating Missouri Valley 3-1 in the regional tournament to get here. First time in 3 years Kuemper Catholic has made it to state. And a couple of the players, they have 2 players over 200 kills on the season. Sophie Bading, almost 300 coming in. Casey Peter as well, over 200 kills this year. They're going to definitely need it, though, against the Wolverines of Dike-New Hartford. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the opening introductions, and we'll meet the teams, we'll meet the starting lineups, and we'll get the first serve underway. Dike-New Hartford, the top seed in 2A, taking on Kuemper Catholic, and you're watching it on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
Protectors. Leaders.
Job creators.
Friends.
And neighbors. And always at your service.
Fairway values family, and we treat our employees and our customers like their family.
If you're looking for a place to shop, our service is amazing.
We have put an emphasis on hiring good people.
One of the things that we talk about is just doing the right thing.
And that is so key to this day and age.
Fairway just isn't about selling groceries. It's about taking care of people.
That, to me, is the best thing we can do at Fairway.
Whoa.
Howdy.
Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new Ultimate Beer Cheese Breakfast Pizza, Breakfast Burrito, or a new Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's Premium Bean-to-Cup Coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
Welcome back. We are live from Extreme Arena. Emery Songer here sitting with you along with Molly Geis, and we are getting set for the 1-8 matchup between Dike-New Hartford and the Kuemper Catholic Knights. As we looked at the schedule and we saw Dike-New Hartford as they came in, what a season. Only 2 losses, and both to other state tournament teams. Mount Vernon, who's already punched their ticket in the 3A semifinals, and Dowling Catholic beat them all the way back on the 27th of August at the beginning of the season. They have only dropped, though, 3 sets outside of those 2 matches. Those were on tournament days, so they lost 2-0 to both Dowling Catholic and Mount Vernon in those tournaments, and that was almost a month apart. And they dropped a set to Waukee Northwest, another state tournament team, a set to Ankeny, another state tournament team, both of those in Class 5A, and then one more set to Iowa City Liberty, beating them. Liberty's the number 1 seed in 5A. So this has been not just the best team all year in 2A, but certainly you could make a strong argument they are the number 1 team in the state regardless of class. They have length, they have size, they have athleticism. They certainly are statistically a force to be reckoned with up and down the lineup, and it has led Marin Bixby in terms of kill efficiency has been unbelievable, as well as Abby Jensen. She's just a freshman as a defensive specialist has been fantastic. And also for Dike-New Hartford, with 275 kills, Jaden Peterson, the junior, standing 5'8", but has been very efficient and has done very well with almost 3 kills per set this season. I'll bring in Molly here. And Molly, we were talking about these 2 teams leading in as we get set for the introductions, but Dike-New Hartford on paper, I don't know if you're going to come across a better resume across the board, even with the 2 losses to other state tournament teams in bigger classes.
Yeah, and they play such a tough schedule for a 2A school, and they do that on purpose. They know that that's how they, not only get here, but they win. And, they're 2-time defending state champs with, captain of the all-tournament team and several other players that have been on the all-tournament team for 2 years straight. And, they're not going to let up when they're juniors. And, they're also state champs in basketball. So very tough resume. But, I've seen Carol Kuemper. We played against them, and they have a good blocking team. So it'll see how that matches up against, the kills that Dike typically gets.
We're going to go ahead and go down to our public address announcer for our introductions. We will be going back and forth here as both teams will be doing their introductions here to start the next round of games, which is scheduled to start at 2.
Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship and decorum shown by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Peyton Leibolt of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Student Athlete Advisory Committee will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Kuemper Catholic, Joni Bading. And from Dike-New Hartford, Chris Shoemaker.
So that was the Sportsmanship Award, while Court 2 is doing the same. Just a reminder, this is the 3rd window of what is going to be 6 windows today. The quarterfinal round of 3A earlier. We're now getting into the 2A quarterfinals. We'll have 2 rounds of that on both courts, and then the Class 1A courts as well going to be going on throughout the rest of the day. Semifinals for all 5 classes will take place tomorrow. Now back for the introductions on our court.
Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters from Kuemper Catholic. Number 1, Carson Overmole. Number 3, Melinda Schaefer. Number 4, Brooke Rowe. Number 5, Macy Simons. Number 6, Franny Glenn. Number 7, Seda Galing. Number 13, Elsa Tiefenthaler. Number 16, Allison Ostrander. The assistant coaches for the Knights, Lori Bultel and Lonnie Miller. Now let's meet the starters. Number 2, Ashlyn Bading. Number 9, Casey Peter. Number 10, Sophie Bading. Number 12, Aubrey Houghton. Number 14, Lauren Bell. Number 15, Brianna Wittrock. The libero, number 19, Kaylee Simons. And head coach for Kuemper Catholic, Rusty Wintermote. Now the non-starters for Dike-New Hartford. Number 1, Lucy Varney. Number 4, Claire McCumber. Number 5, Shelby Ort. Number 6, Maddie Buskol. Number 7, Indy Grassley. Number 9, Brielle Coulter. Number 11, Izzy Norton. Number 12, Shannon Mormon. Number 14, Peyton Nolan. And number 17, Addie Jocelyn. Assistant coaches for the Wolverines, Lawrence Harms, Abby Perez, and Emma Eden. And now for the starters for Dike-New Hartford. Number 2, Marin Bixby. Number 3, Madeline Norton. Number 8, Jaden Peterson. Number 15, Sophia Folkers. Number 16, Ellie Knock. Number 21, Peyton Peterson. The libero for the Wolverines, number 10, Abby Jensen. And head coach for Dike-New Hartford, Diane Harms. The officials for the match are first referee, Jill Nuss, second referee, Jody Heineman, line judges, Chris Wentz and Todd Waddell.
All right, so that is your lineups. Again, Court 2 is going to do the same, so it's going to look strange while everybody's kind of standing around waiting for the second court to finish their introductions before we get going. But again, we cannot overstate this, I think. If there was ever a match here that was going to have a massive, massive underdog, it is Kuemper Catholic going against Dike-New Hartford, and I feel that way pretty much with anybody in Class 2A playing Dike-New Hartford. What does Kuemper Catholic, you've seen them before this year, what do they have to do to try to at least neutralize Dike-New Hartford, considering, I don't know, they've dropped a set in 5 games all season long, only losing 2 of them, and 4 of the 5 teams they lost a set to are 4 of the Class 5A state qualifiers, and then the other team is a team that's one of the favorites to win the Class 3A title.
Yeah, and anytime you're playing against Dike, you know that their serve to start is super tough. You can't see that, but like I remember playing the older Peterson twins and worrying about all the offense that they had, but we couldn't even pass their serves. And so they're gonna serve aggressive, and Kuemper just really needs to be passing and setting up their offense so they're not all constantly on defense. But also I think Kuemper Catholic has to have a big block, and Sophie Batting she's one of the best blockers I've seen this year, and she has 150 blocks. So hopefully she matches up against their strong rotations and can slow them down.
Yeah, so if you look at those statistics, Sophie Bading, the senior, 6 feet tall, right around 300 in kill efficiency. There is the other Bading, Ashlyn Bading, who is chiefly helping set up the offense, over 600 assists this season, and you're going to be seeing plenty of her as well. A lot of experience, though. I know that they haven't been here for a couple of years into state, and obviously it's a new building for everybody, but mixing it up. But your best players in this situation are going to have to be your top players. I also feel like Dike-New Hartford might have to have a little bit of a slow start in an off game, considering how great they have been. You talk about efficiency, over 300 kill efficiency for the trio of seniors. Madeline Norton, Sophia Folkerts, and Ellie Knock, all hitting over 300 efficiency, which is absurd to have 3 players that do that. Oh, and by the way, Marin Bixby over 400 kill efficiency. She's a junior. And then you throw in Jaden Peterson, who has over 270 kills on the season, and she's hitting at 230. So
yeah, and Dike-New Hartford does a really good job all throughout the season of mixing it up, and developing more than just a couple really good players. All of theirs can take over. Everyone knows Peyton Peterson she hits with such force. If you're sitting anywhere close.
Peyton Peterson as well. I didn't even mention her.
Yeah, she's a given. She is the one that has been the captain of the all-tournament team 2 years in a row. She's I think, just committed to Louisville. Amazing volleyball player. But like I said, they do a very good job of not just riding that 1 or 2 people.
They have 6.
Yeah.
6 attackers that are either hitting over 300 or have over 100 kills on the season.
And their ball control is crazy good every year. That's one of their most important things. But I think that's how they are efficient, because you have to think that the ball could go to any one of their hitters.
Did want to get, before we start the match, thank Iowa Farm Bureau, a proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across Iowa. We'd also like to thank our opportunity for all of the people who have been in the mix for today's action in each county across Iowa. Thank the offices for these 2 schools, Dike-New Hartford and Kuemper Catholic, for their support of the 2 teams playing in the game today as well. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for your support of IGHSAU. Both teams wearing white. Somebody did not get the memo that.
But it's not like in basketball where you have to have 2 jerseys.
That's true. Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that. I think our high school, we just got 2 jerseys about 3 years ago. When you have the libero jersey, it makes it validate to your AD that maybe you need to get a second jersey.
Yeah, I suppose. Either way, here's the opening hit. Yeah, good job just digging that out by Madeline Norton. And it is going to be a quick point for Dike-New Hartford. Jaden Peterson's going to get things going for Dike-New Hartford on service for the first time. Their white is trimmed in blue. Far side, passed across, dug out by Norton. Pass to the far side, Peterson, blocked. You mentioned it, they do have the ability to block, and they do it well. Sophie Bating gets her first block of the game.
She is good, and that's exactly what they want.
I mean, they're going to need to live on that.
Yeah, but the Peterson girls, they know how to hit just about any spot, so the Knights are going to have to
look
adjust.
Out. Yeah, you don't want that. Peyton Peterson on a tee over the top of the tape. So Kuemper Catholic and Dike-New Hartford.
And Kuemper Catholic has 2 freshmen in the back row right now. So, I feel like they're, they don't look scared out there. So you're just hoping that they, that's a great pass.
Near side, good dig on the back end. Far side, this is off the tape. There's a dig. That was by Whitrick. And they're going to get a double hit on that pass. Seems to be just a little bit of technical difficulties going on the desk down there. They have not been able to adjust on our side the statistics or and get the stats up and running for our game here. So we'll see if that comes to us, but we'll get you any stats that we get if they start to roll in here at any point in this match, as there's a miss hit that time by Brianna Whitrick. She's just a freshman, but certainly is going to be a highly utilized player for the Knights.
Yeah, pretty great experience to have these couple of freshmen make it to the state tournament their freshman year in play.
Lucy Varney, and there's a block on a baiting attempt in the middle. And speaking of blocking, Dike-New Hartford also good there. Ellie Knock going to get credit for that block. There's really not anything, at least on paper, that they are not elite at.
Right, right.
Here's the set to the near side. Again, Whitrick blocked, but they're able to field it. Kaylee Simons is the libero, and she tried to set up the pass, but This one not going to be able to. Lauren Bull, who was trying to keep it out of the net, just unable to do so, and a quick 6-1 lead for Dike-New Hartford, and a quick timeout is going to be called. Dike-New Hartford off to a strong start. We'll take a quick break with them. 6-1 first set action right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators,
friends, and neighbors,
and always at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be
Out of the timeout, Dike-New Hartford on serve. It is going to be dug by Kaylee Simons, but this is something that we saw earlier in the day. It just feels like coming out of the timeout, the ball is in your hands as the server. You're so excited to get that serve in, and you do it before you're even told by the stand official. Joe Muss is the stand official here for this match. Here in the middle, to the back line, a little bit long. Was baiting coming into the middle. Still on the serve for Lucy Varney, the sophomore. It's going to be a bump from Whitruck. And again, too long for baiting. Unforced errors. Ashlyn baiting to the far side. There's a block and a kill. This one from Lauren Bull. 8-2, Dike-New Hartford. To the far side. Oh, I don't know how you're going to stop that.
Yeah, no one wants to get in front of that.
Peyton Peterson, she stands 5'11", technically. 5'11", but when you add on the vertical that she has, the kind of angles that she can generate from that high in the sky, and then the power that she has, the great hand-eye coordination, just virtually unstoppable.
Well, and to play at the level that she's going to play at Louisville, they wouldn't even have her come if she couldn't touch a certain height,
right.
And so she clearly, even though she's 5'11", because a lot of times they'll say, well, we don't take kids under 6 foot, but
right.
She can touch it, so it doesn't matter.
Out of the middle, Whitruck blocked. Ellie Knock was in there. Also looked like Madeline Norton was in there. Peyton Peterson, I think, actually gets credit for the assist. Either way, Claire McCumber to serve. 11-2, Dike-New Hartford racing off to a quick start. It's going to leak all the way back across and dug back out by Casey Peter. She'll try again to the back row. In the middle, and it looks like Ellie Knock just a little bit off on the setup and was a little too far away from the ball. Didn't get a whole lot of it, and it got stuffed right back down. Important there for Sophie Baiting to get a point.
Right,
and get stem some tide here if you can.
Right.
Easier said than done against this team, though.
And really, they've scored 3 points, and 2 of them for sure have been on her block.
There's another immediate kill going the other direction. Ellie Knock immediately gets another opportunity and puts it away. 12-3, and it's Peyton Peterson on serve. Also one of the top servers in the state. Whitruck plays it back to Peter. Set to the far side. The elevation, but they're going to say a double hit on the pass.
Yeah, on the set, we saw that.
Norton, a double hit. Back to serve, Brianna Whitruck. And there's a good adjustment by Norton that time.
Yeah, she does a good job as a setter, and if I remember right, she does like a a left-handed swing at it too, and attack. So you have to.
Yeah, she's a setter that's hitting 379 in
Yeah.
efficiency this year, almost 100 kills. So she picks her spots very well.
Right.
Service error into the net this time. Abby Jensen, the libero, wearing black. Still 13-5 though. Kuemper Catholic really would like to go on a run, and their libero with a really nice serve. It'll end up being an ace. Kaylee Simons, second on the team in aces this season, behind only Aubrey Hooten. Far side, and that's going to be well long on that swing. I believe that was on the far side, Jaden Peterson.
Yeah, and I watched them warm up when I watched them about a week or so ago, and all of their hitters will practice every single position. Like, you know, they hit a couple line, a couple on a certain spot on the cross court, not just like random cross court, like a certain spot. They have a lot of different tools in their tool belt.
And they definitely have the skills to utilize it. In the middle, and just, I think it was Peterson, but also Marin Bixby was there. Again, the pass was just a little too far for Hooten, and they had to end up jousting instead of a good attack, and that's just a battle you're not going to win too awful much against Dike-New Hartford's length. Good serve. They're going to come to the near side, and another huge block, and they're going to say a double hit, but the fact that they were even trying to keep that alive on the Sophia Folkerts block is impressive, and it's up to a 9-point lead here, 16-7. Norton on the serve. Out of the back. Oh, another block. Marin Bixby. I mean, it's just so easy to fall into like the whole hyperbole. Like, there's no weaknesses. They have like there's no way to beat them. I mean, they've lost twice.
Yeah.
But
they're pretty solid.
They haven't lost a set to anybody in their class this year. And they're going to say that touched antenna point, Dike-New Hartford.
But I think a lot of times teams will come in a little bit scared, and so hopefully Kuemper Catholic will settle down and play their game.
Kuemper Catholic is going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. They're down 18-7 in the first set to the number one team in the state, Dike-New Hartford, here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
So Dike-New Hartford comes out of the timeout called by Kuemper Catholic. I'm guessing the conversation from Diane Harms and the coaching staff was, you're doing great, get back out there. Because within 5 seconds they were back on the floor. They're up 18-7, but you've seen them play. You know what it's like to coach volleyball. Most of the challenge of the coaching at this juncture probably has to do when these girls are young, when as they're coming through the system in school, as there's going to be another point on a double hit. But I think this is the reward. Like, they put in all the work leading up to these games, and then they just steamroll the teams that they play based on all the work they put in practice.
Yeah, and Diane Harms and her husband Lawrence, who's also an assistant, they have put so much time into this program. They have an AAU program that they start them when they're, second grade, third grade, and they have a really good system. They host so many tournaments for AAU and make it available to kids because they want them to be multi-sport athletes too.
And Dike-New Hartford's great in multiple sports.
Yeah, and I think she kind of basically says you're going out for, another sport or another couple sports.
Well, it has turned them into an absolute machine. Franny Glenn, by the way, a great kill for Kuemper Catholic on that last play. Out of the middle, Bixby, and then followed up, knocked over that time by Folkerts. We're still in play. And Peterson, it's blocked. Still alive. Bixby, and it's down. Marin Bixby, it could be easy to lose her, but she is the most efficient attacker they have at .433 on the season.
Yeah, I saw her hit in the semifinal game, and she is also one to be impressed by.
They run up and serve. It'll be an ace.
I don't know
Jaden Peterson.
If it's good or bad. Obviously, it's fun to be on a team that wins like Dike-New Hartford does, but they have so many talented kids that would be like the star player on any other team.
You take Marin Bixby and put her on almost anybody else in the 2A field, and she's probably 300-plus kills.
Right. Same with Jaden Peterson.
That was a good kill that time by Sophie Bating. Bating up now over the 300 kill mark on the season. Going to need a lot more where that comes from, as Aubrey Hooten is back to serve. Dug out by Jensen. Far side, Peterson, just a little poke. Kept alive. Near side, Whitruck corralled. Peterson cross court. Simons is there. Out of the back, Hooten. Bump pass for Peterson on the far side. A little teardrop, going to be defended by Ashlyn Bating. On the far side, cross court. This time Norton is there. Best rally of the match so far. That's blocked, and a point on the block by Bating.
That's big for Carol Kuemper to win that point. They played much better volleyball that entire time, and to see that they can hang with them and then win it.
Definitely, you're easily the best team in the state all year, and you went toe-to-toe with them for a long point and got the win of that point. Even though the scoreboard doesn't look pretty right now, that could build up for the rest of this match. Bating to the far side. It's Bell. Out.
Yeah, I do think that last play gave them a little bit of confidence. They need to really ride that and get some momentum to go into set 2.
Cross court. Far side. Nice find in space. It wasn't the fastball.
Yeah, it's
Lauren Bell again.
The stats are up now, and it's not necessarily that Dike is getting a ton of kills at this point to score. They were just scoring off of the errors of Kuemper Catholic, who had 12 errors.
They're going to say that hit ground, not foot, or lift, whatever the decision was. Again, this highs in the block. They're going to give Folkerts the kill in the stat sheet, but I mean, it's just intimidating to see them there.
Yeah, and if you hit around the block, the defense is just as good too.
That's some good work by Kuemper, and Bating again. We talked before we went on the air, and you were like, number 10, Bating for Kuemper is going to have to be a huge key in this one. And so far she has lived up to the hype, scoring over half of the points for Kuemper Catholic in the match so far. Back row. That's going to get through the 2 blockers. What a nice little run here. They're still down 8 points, but it's a nice run to build confidence because you start 0-0 in the second set no matter what happens here.
Exactly. And you're trying to show your team you can play with Dike-New Hartford. That's why you're here at state.
Got another one.
Yeah, the overpass, and it's either Bating or Sophie Folkerts. No, sorry.
It was Whitrock.
Yes.
So 22-15. Timeout. Dike-New Hartford's going to have to burn one here after a big run. We'll be back with more on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms.
The Instagram account, so that's what I'm distracted with.
obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Out of the timeout, Kuemper with the serve. Far side, Peterson. Kuemper has won a string of points. This block kept alive. The Knights go to Baiting. Off the tape again. Sophie Baiting.
You know, if there was a statistic, I bet that Dike-New Hartford takes probably the least amount of timeouts in the state.
Certainly.
At least at state tournament. They play a lot of tight matches throughout the year, so.
Peterson, a block, I think, Baiting along with Whitrock. Whitrock's just a freshman.
Yeah, that's great. I'll give Rusty Wintermote, who's a friend of mine, he's the coach, I'll give him kudos. He must have coached him into that.
This is, I mean, they're back in the first set, honestly. They were down by 12 or 13, and they're down by only 5 right now. Here's Peterson off the block, dug out by Rowe. Near side, Baiting pokes it to the backside. Set, Peterson, they keep going to her, looking for a point, and they're not going to get it here either. Another block, you called it as well. The blocking that they have could create issues.
It's the best matchup. You know, when you were saying anybody that gets handed Dike-New Hartford as their matchup, you're like, ugh. But I thought to myself, I'm going to watch this even before I knew I was going to help announce.
Unfortunately there, Bell a little long on the serve, and that ends a huge run. But if they can get it right back, again, at the very least, they know they can play with him.
Yeah.
I mean, coming out of this first set, they were down by 13. They could have got away from him immediately.
And they had 12 errors early on, and they haven't had many more since.
This one popped into the air. Good reception by Whitrock. Near side, Joust, and that's just too close to the net.
Yeah,
and a pretty easy block down by Norton. And now it's 6 set points.
That's not a system ball that you tell your kids, you know, to bump set it 5 feet off and 5 feet in. Not super tight. That's too hard to handle, and it just was. She was trying to get too perfect with it and made it hard for
McCumber on the serve. Set point. Out of the middle to the back row. Jaden Peterson's there. Out of the middle, knock. Yeah, bumped over by Norton. Close to the net. Baiting off the block. At worst, there is definitely going to be an air of confidence for Kuemper that they know if they could have gotten off to a better start instead of taking halfway through the set to kind of settle into the match. They're going to be able to know they play with the team here.
That's half the battle, is making your girls believe you can play with teams like this.
Peterson long. They got it to 4 before. They're back within 4 now, but they'll need 4 straight if they want to keep this alive. Going to be grabbed by Peterson. They're going to go to the other Peterson on the far side. It's only a matter of time before Peyton Peterson will put it away, and 25-20. Didn't feel that close for much of it. The Kuemper Catholic made it interesting, but Dike-New Hartford gets the point, gets the first set, 25-20. We'll take a break, come back with the second set action. The 1-8 matchup in the Class 2A quarterfinals, live from the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators,
friends,
and neighbors,
and always
at your service.
Fairway values family, and we treat our employees and our customers like their family.
If you're looking for a place to shop, our service is amazing.
We have put an emphasis on hiring good people.
One of the things that we talk about is just doing the right thing.
And that is so key to this day and age.
Fairway just isn't about selling groceries. It's about taking care of people.
That, to me, is the best thing we can do at Fairway.
Whoa.
Howdy.
Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new ultimate beer cheese breakfast pizza, breakfast burrito, or a new bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's premium bean to cup coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
We come back midpoint as they kind of shortchange the turnaround time in between the sets on us. Either way, you haven't missed anything as we continue here as the two teams have scrambled. A few free balls.
Yeah, they kept the volley going for us to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't miss any points. To the far side, it's Kuemper through the block. Good dive by Norton to keep it alive. Far side, Jaden Peterson, just long. Not by much.
Nope, not by much. And like we said, after that first set, both teams are negative hitting efficiency. Which
Would not have guessed that.
No.
On the season, Dike-New Hartford's hitting efficiency is upwards of 250 as a team.
And the blocking factored a lot into that.
There's a good one on the far side. Peterson gets one back.
Because if a hitter hits into the block for a point,
right,
that's actually a hitting error. So that, you know, there was a lot of blocks on
a lot of blocks,
Kuempers.
yeah. So after that kill by Jaden Peterson, Dike-New Hartford sits at minus .029. Much, much lower than average, and you got to give Kuemper plenty of credit for that. A little bit of a scramble on the receptionist serve. Norton into the back to Jaden Peterson. Little looper. Had that top spin over the block and in front of the back row.
Such a great shot. It's hard to get young players to try that, but to get up and over the block, and it's hard to get that from the, you know, left back or right back. A lot of times they can't see it over the block.
Well, Jaden Peterson on the serve, and it drops in. Now, Dike-New Hartford, if you missed our first set, got out to an 11 or 12-point lead. I think it was 18-7 at one time. And Kuemper kept coming after him and made it much more respectable. A 25-20 first set victory for Dike-New Hartford. Now, the number one team is number one for a reason. We'll see if they can clean it up a little bit here as Bading goes down the line just long and wide.
Yeah, the Knights need to limit their errors and capitalize on any that Dike-New Hartford is going to have, because you don't know when that's going to stop.
Well, they're back into the positive after the most recent put away. And Peterson into the net. Warren Bell back to serve, the junior.
And in the game now is number 9, Casey Peter. And I got to do a shout out to her sister, Kara, who was a stud here for Kuemper Catholic a few years ago, and a teammate and one of the funniest people I know of my teammate of my daughter's at Drake, and she's made the transition to college a lot easier. So, hi, Kara.
That's awesome. Peyton Peterson with another kill. And served up, literally. Out of the back. Oh, look, Knock was in perfect position And she's going to get the put away too. So showed off the blocking skills on a ball from the back row, and then showed off the full swing with the right arm.
Yeah, she's one that, you know, again, it would be a star on any other team, and she is a star on Dike-New Hartford. I mean, who would want to be a state champ?
Well,
and that they have been.
She's third on the team in kills on the season, as that's going to take a strange bounce off of the reception of serve by Whitrook. And it'll go as an ace by Brielle Coulter. Coulter, a senior, defensive specialist. And steps into one. Another fastball. I mean, that is just a great looking serve. You can see why they have her out there doing that. It'll be passed over to the backside. Norton back set. And this one's going to be blocked on the attempt by Folkerts. Out of the back row, Coulter. Set it to the near side. That's blocked straight down. Casey Peter came flying up with her approach to try to get through the block. No such luck, as Knock and Folkerts were both there.
I think her sister Kara stole some of the height in the family from her, because Kara's, I think, 6'3" and Casey's 5'10", so.
Brielle Coulter into the net here. 8-3, Dike-New Hartford, second set action. Winner of this match will move into the semifinals tomorrow. Up top, another great angled kill that time by Knock. You can see those coming when they're in that perfect spot, like right in the pocket for a player who gets a chance to take just a short little approach, and then you see that gap open, and you know that somebody in the back row is either going to have to dive on the floor or just eat it in the chest just to keep it alive.
Yeah, and I think she gets up over the block pretty well, or at least around the block, and picking a corner is pretty safe bet for a kill.
Brandy Glenn passed it over, and then it's going to be a kill off the backside.
Like that ball, if
Jaden Peterson.
If Kuemper Catholic's libero pinches in a little bit more, she can get a roll, but if she would have been back a little bit more, maybe would have been able to get the hit better.
We'll take a break with the timeout called by Carol Kuemper. We'll be back after this, 10-3 here on currently on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs and tuition less than $20,000 a year. Tons of scholarships. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Out of the timeout, off the antenna on the attempt from Franny Glenn for Kuemper Catholic. They're trailing 11-3 here in this second set, and they're down a set 1-0. Going to be a service ace. Claire McCumber, again, just takes a weird bounce off of the bump attempt. I believe that was Simons. Actually, they're going to say it was Rowe, my mistake. Rowe will come out, and Melinda Schaefer will come in to play defense. And they're going to go right at her here on this first one. She digs out.
Great pass.
Yeah, and it sets up the kill in the middle. Rising up once again is Casey Peter. And sometimes you just got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and a lot of times during regular season, you're like, oh, this kid in practice, they're always our best. But sometimes the kids just need like a little break, and you'll give them another chance and see how they come back.
Oh, that's a beautiful swing. Peyton Peterson.
So she hasn't hit the shot that she hit against Manson Manson, Northwest Webster, that I saw. It was, she painted just a certain spot on the court, and I thought, oh, that must be her go-to, but she hasn't used that yet.
This is popped up off the block, out of the middle by Glenn. Far side. Oh, what a beautiful angle, and he even got a little tip off the top of the net. Jaden Peterson, and it's up to 10 again here, 14-4.
That's a tough shot to hit like that, close to the net, and she knows that the off blocker is, even if they get it, they're probably not going to get a good pass. It might be an overpass.
Set here from Simons. And a good swing and a kill there. Casey Peter coming alive here a bit. Still a long way to go for Kuemper. They were able to battle back in the first set, made it close but could not come through as this one. That's a beautiful dig that time by Kaylee Simons. Passed over, and there's Norton, just long.
Yeah, that's the left-handed swing. I thought it was her that I watched that did that. That's tough to defend too.
Yeah, you're thinking set, and all of a sudden she rises up and takes a full whack at it. On the far side. It paints the line. So we come in and you have all this hype for Peyton Peterson, but Jaden Peterson, in terms of volume, is right there as well. Almost 300 kills on the season. And she's showing every bit the skill level as anybody else.
Right, and she's a great defensive player. She's got an amazing serve.
That's a good dig by McCumber.
The other set of Peterson twins, they as well had, different strengths from the other. Just kind of fun.
Peterson with the dig on one side. Jaden tried to put that one away. Good rally here. Passed over legally by Houghton. That's blocked. Kept alive. Out of the back is Peterson. Good effort that time by Franny Glenn. Looked like she was going to time that up, but it kind of got through the hands, and she could not keep it on the other side of the net. But that was a great rally between the two teams. Abby Jensen, the libero. Lazarip. Go cross court for Bell. Here's Peterson, blocked into the net, still alive, and over. Who's it going to be? Peterson and the other Peterson. Near side. And that one's going to be touched a little bit wide by Glenn, 17-6. The rallies are entertaining.
Right.
We're going back and forth, and both teams seem to, be able, it's just the finish has been going blue more than red.
Yeah. Kuemper Catholic, they just need this first ball to be good so that they can not have that back and forth and give Dike-New Hartford any other chances.
Yeah, the shorter the point, the better off you'd think Kuemper will be in the long run. That's going to be a double hit on the set attempt by Simons. Wolverines now an 18-6 lead in this second set, and it looks inevitable that they'll go up 2-0. Can Kuemper, the error will help, but can Kuemper this is about the same spot in the last game that they started rattling off some points and making it interesting. They got within 4 a couple of times.
And in comes Sophie Batting. That's got to be a positive for Kuemper Catholic, and so there's always a chance.
Well, there's no clock working against you. Far side, that's working against you though. Jaden Peterson. I mean, that's when you create a player or a play, like an iconic look for a volleyball player. That's what it is. Just rising up, just a perfect. If there was a highlight, that's the highlight.
Right, and the hang time that she has, and I would guess that she has time to look to the other side to see where the defenders are.
Good kill by Aubrey Houghton.
That's such a skill. I ask my players, can you see the block? And most of the time they can't. And to think that a lot of these players can see the blockers and where the defense is and decide to change it up in midair.
Peterson partially blocked by Baiting. Pass to the far side. That's long from Bell. I mean, Sophie Bading is a senior, but Kuemper Catholic, both Badings are seniors. But everybody else who starts will be back next year.
Yeah.
And so, you look at the other side for Dike-New Hartford, a ton of seniors that are leading the way for them. Out of the middle, Bixby. She's been pretty quiet throughout this match. And that's going to be another bad set. Makes it 21-8. Ashlyn Bading, that's about the third or fourth time that's happened to her here, just trying to get in position and find her target. Jaden Peterson on the serve. Low reception, and it's going to be an ace.
Yeah, it's kind of like a roll shot with the serve. You're expecting that super hard one, and now she'll probably mix in Bullet.
Brooke Rowe will come back out. And
But
coming back in is Sada Galing.
Diane Harms, if you don't serve the spot that she wants, someone else will. And so she's very precise on where she wants that ball to go to and why.
And they go right back after the player that just came in, but another good reception. Peterson blocked. Bading on that side, helped with Bell. Still 22-9. But you're right. I mean, Bading has been the biggest difference maker when she's been out there up front, blocking especially, but also attacking. There she is helping on the block with Wittrick. Far side, Peterson, blocked again by Bading. How about the other Peterson? She goes over the top of the block. Nice diving effort by Galing. And here we go, another long rally. Peterson. And then she dunks it over the top. Relentless.
Yes, again, those long volleys don't always end up in anybody's favor except for Dike-New Hartford.
And it's almost like they prefer to play that way.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a chance to have a go. And everybody gets a chance to do their job as that one spiked right into the net on the service attempt by Brielle Coulter. 23-10.
And those are things that, Dike-New Hartford is probably looking at this going, oh, we shouldn't, we have some errors and some things to clean up because if we're going to win a state title, we want to play clean. So they're still working through some things. And they're human as well and make errors.
Here to the near side. That one going to be point to Kuemper. They're going to say that was in the net and not blocked. Folkert's on the attack. 23-11. Stepping into the serve again here is Macy Simons. Peyton Peterson off the block. And now we have 13 set points for Dike-New Hartford. That's the number.
I know, I was thinking through it.
Here's the serve from Claire McCumber. Bump set toward the net, pushed over by Glenn. And then there you go.
Yep, they weren't ready for that.
Madeline Norton makes no mistake on the second hit with the left hand. 25-11, a dominant second set for the number one team in the state. As far as I'm concerned, barring class. Just absolutely dominant there. They have a 2-0 lead, does Dike-New Hartford over Kuemper Catholic. We'll take a break and be back with the third set after this. You're watching state tournament softball, or state tournament volleyball here live at the Extreme Arena.
It's warm enough for softball today.
It is up here, and presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators,
friends,
and neighbors,
and always
at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Whoa.
Howdy.
Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new ultimate beer cheese breakfast pizza, breakfast burrito, or a new bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's premium bean to cup coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
Just underway again quickly here as Dike-New Hartford a 2-0 lead to the far side. The swing by Lauren Bell. Out of the back, Peyton Peterson. Emery Songer alongside Molly Geis. Kuemper certainly in the first set put up quite a fight, but as advertised, Dike-New Hartford.
Yeah, it's kind of an uphill battle, and you have to be ready for that. And I think they were, but once you get in the game, it's a whole nother level.
That one paints the white on the far side corner. Jaden Peterson an ace.
But again, I do think Dike-New Hartford has that tradition that some people, they get some points because other teams they play are a little bit afraid.
Well, the intimidation is real.
Yeah, it is.
Baiting cross court. It's going to be set up for Bixby. Good effort, but it's not going to be able to be played by Kaylee Simons. That's probably the best swing for Marin Bixby so far in the match.
Yeah.
Peterson with a low sinker. Did you see that thing just drop out of the sky like there was a wind coming at her?
Yeah, like I told you, especially the Peterson girls, they are very skilled at their serving and equally at their hitting, but sometimes they score more points off of that.
Set backside off the antenna, a little bit too wide on the set pass, and Houghton really didn't have anywhere to go. 5-0 quickly for Dike-New Hartford here. Jaden Peterson still on serve. Here's baiting into the net. Timeout. Kuemper Catholic. We'll take a break. We'll come back in 30 seconds after this. Dike-New Hartford looking to try to punch their ticket to the semis on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Hey fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online, so it's time to get your smartphones out. Just scan that QR code on your screen or visit IGHSAU.org. That's IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Out of the timeout, Jaden Peterson still on serve. A quick 6-0 lead for top seed Dike-New Hartford. Here near side, Baiting's going to get a kill to get the Knights of Kuemper Catholic on the board. Sophie Baiting. That's her third of the match, but she has contributed several other points with her blocking ability.
Right.
Back in and to serve, Carson Overmole, a sophomore. One ace on the season, getting an opportunity to play here at State. Here's back set, Bixby. They're going to go to the near side here to Wittrook. Blocked right back at her. Joust at the net. Baiting kept it alive, but not for long. The tandem baiting attempt. A little unsuccessful there. Good try, but it was the block by DNH that got it done. Brooke Rowe is back in for defense. 7-1. Back to serve Lucy Varney. Varney, the sinker. Baiting to baiting.
She did a good job. They had a double block set up on her, but she just went for their high hands and got a kill off that.
Lauren Bell to serve for Kuemper. Down 7-2. Bump pass. Accuracy on that was really solid, but it went around the outside a little too far for Peterson. And now 7-3. Kuemper, I mean, they called the early timeout down 6-0, but an opportunity here just to try to keep it close in this third set, not give in and give up.
Right.
Although the deck is stacked as Peterson goes cross court here.
Yeah, just kind of froze everybody. They were all set up on defense, and she hit exactly where they weren't. You know, we haven't mentioned the libero from Dike-New Hartford much, but Abby Jensen, she's a freshman libero, and knowing their history and the ball control that they demand in that program, like to be a freshman and to be on that court, that's got to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, especially considering how good she's been. I mean, she has fit in just fine with her skill set as an ace from Claire McCumber. 9-3. Far side for baiting, right at that line.
There's a great dig from her.
Popped up, and miscommunication between Rowe and the other libero.
Yeah, and typically
on
an out-of-system ball like that then your libero will take the second ball instead of the setter. So I think that's where she, thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't take this because I'm not the libero, and that's why it dropped.
Simons, the other libero, also a freshman, so a matchup of two freshman liberos, as there's a much too long attack attempt there for Kuemper from Casey Peter.
And the Kuemper Catholic libero, I mean, good for her. She has shown no fear of the powerful hitters of Dike-New Hartford.
It's a bump set here from baiting. Out of the middle, attempt on Wittrick. Backside, Peterson. There's Simons.
Now Peterson just said, I'm just going to go right over you instead of letting you block me.
Around the antenna from Peter, so that's out. That antenna is there for a reason, and now it's a 9-point lead, 12-3. McCumber on the serve. And that's a good reception in the middle. Wittrick blocked, kept alive. And that is the fourth hit, point to the Knights.
So, I did a shout out to Kara Peter, who's a friend of my daughter Madison's, and her sister's playing today. And she got my number and said, hey, I appreciate it. So she's so fun on this. They have so much fun, they spend a lot of time together, but she's always laughing and super positive.
Hey, you love to play with players like that as well.
Yeah.
As Peyton Peterson again on the kill, 13-4. She's back to serve as Peterson. The run to the back to Simons, and a block in the middle. That is Knock. Ellie Knock and Jaden Peterson will get an assist block on that as well. And the lead's 10. Simons will come to the near side to Franny Glenn. Jaden Peterson. And she'll get it right back. I think that hit net. Either way, it's down. Point to Kuemper Catholic. Definitely in good shape to trade points at this point if you are the Wolverines.
Yeah, for sure. And, Kuemper Catholic, they're still in a negative hitting efficiency, more errors than kills, and that's just an equation that can't be if you want to win.
Look at Peterson drop that one in. By the way, Elsa Tiefenthaler, another freshman, got an opportunity to take a serve here at State. Aaron Bixby is back in. Dike-New Hartford leading by 10, 15-5. And that was right at Tiefenthaler, the freshman. Couldn't handle the serve. And they're going to get Woodtrick back in there. Always good to get some of these younger players just a chance to play on this court in this situation. You never know. You know, it's been a couple years since Kuemper has been here.
Yeah, you try to give them their first experience so that it's not as big of a deal the next time, and they realize it's just another game, but it is more than just another game. But
for sure, so much on the line.
Yeah, and you want to tell your kids and show them that you appreciate them, but it's hard to get kids in a volleyball game. It's not like basketball substitutions, and it can change the momentum of a game as well. Even though that player may or may not touch the ball or cause anything, it can just really change the momentum, which volleyball is a momentum sport.
We've seen that with the timeouts and the way that they're being utilized by all the teams, just try to stem some of that momentum. Back-to-back errors by Jaden Peterson on attacks, 16-7. She's dug out there nicely by Kaylee Simons. Here's Peyton Peterson. Woodtrick's there. That's a really nice dig as well.
And Kuemper Catholic is really doing a pretty decent job of digging up these hits. The game that I watched earlier this year, I did not see much defense when they swung.
Far side, cross-court idea from Bell. Out of the back is Peyton. Nope. A good block there in the middle by Aubrey Houghton. Houghton with some help from Franny Glenn.
That long volley ended up being Kuemper Catholic's.
And that is just, it's I think 80-20 maybe on the longer volleys. Like once it's been, that's on the line. Ace. Nicely done by the freshman Kaylee Simons. But 80-20 in terms of if we go back and forth more than 3 or 4 times, I think, it's been Dike-New Hartford dominant in that scenario. But that's the thing. Who knows? They could go on another 10-point run right here and make this a real interesting third set.
Yeah, I'm proud of the Knights for fighting here. It would be really easy to just kind of, have the all of that fight kind of go out of you, feeling like you can't, no matter
runaway
what,
train.
Yeah, no matter what you do, they're gonna score.
Bixby with the kill that time. A little floating serve by McCumber. Here near side. Actually, that was Norton on the serve, my mistake, but that one hits the antenna and is out. 18-9. Feels like the hourglass is wearing thin here for Kuemper Catholic on their season. Whereas Dike-New Hartford, they came here to do one job, and that was defend their state championship, and there's a block right up front. That one was Bixby again. Aaron Bixby with the block makes it 19-9. This one near side. This one's going to be long on the attack from Lauren Bell. We're going to be teetering on an hour here.
Yeah.
I mean, just
a fast one.
Very quick.
I just volunteered at the last minute to do this, so I guess makes it nice for me.
Dike-New Hartford. That serve, a nice short one. Far side. It'll be a kill for Glenn. 20-10 is the score. You come to state and there's different pieces of the puzzle, certainly, but when you're trying to win a state championship, like Dike-New Hartford certainly has their eye on that. The faster in and out that you can be, the better.
Yeah, because the turnaround is every day now.
And
so
for these classes, every single day they play, huge matches, best 3 out of 5, not one of these, tournaments where you're playing only best of 3s.
Yeah.
And to be able to do that and do it as quickly as possible to save legs, that'd be great. As Bixby yet another kill.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they might have like a little practice after this. The coaches have to go back and watch more film from the teams that they're going to play. They have,
they'll stick around and probably watch the matchup after this because on this court is going to be whomever wins this match, which looks like Dike-New Hartford, they're going to play either Hinton or Denver, which will play on this court right after this. Popped into the air, and they're going to get a lift, I believe.
Playoff time is really time-consuming for coaches because of all of the prep work, and you want to do everything you can to make sure your team is ready and knows everything about the other team. And I'm sure like Kuemper Catholic knows what's coming, but like a team like Dike-New Hartford, they can mix it up so much.
22-11 now for Dike-New Hartford on the far side. Bell, nice kill, found some great spot on the backside. Hinton and Denver, by the way. Hinton has only lost twice, but they have only played 28 matches this season, which is a very light schedule compared to a lot of the other teams that are here at state who, play 40, 45, 50 matches in a season. Knock.
Yeah, you get 14 regular season playing dates, and it just depends a lot on like how big your conference is. And because, if you play, a large conference schedule, then, that takes up 7, 8, 9, dates of the 14. And so then you have to play tournaments, and you can play up to 6 games in a day or sets or matches in a day. But, we went to a few tournaments this year that didn't have a full, since COVID, they've changed the tournaments a little bit. And so you don't have as many matches. So, yeah, it's tough to get that many games in.
22-14 is the score. Oh, got to get a little bit more Peyton Peterson before this one wraps up. 23-14 now.
Yeah, she's at 14 kills. At this point, next would be her sister Jaden with 6.
It's McCumber. And miscommunication on the serve reception there between Rowe and Wittrook. And this is match point, and there are 10 of those.
Yeah, and Dike-New Hartford is really good at serving between people or serving right on a line. Like I said, they can pinpoint their serves.
Here on match point, we'll see who they go to. They're going to go to the far side. Peterson over the top and down. Dike-New Hartford, as advertised. 25-14, they win this third and final set, and they move on into the semifinals. 25-20, 25-11, and 25-14. We're going to go ahead and do the creative corner of the match, brought to you by Think Iowa City, a collection of curious communities. And that is going to be with our students over there from Dike-New Hartford. They were into the game throughout as a creative corner of the match. Again, brought to you by our friends at Think Iowa City.
They have ties on. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what
they dressed up. They dressed up as there's some of your fans at the creative corner of the match, brought to you by Think Iowa City as well. Before we get to our player of the match, let's go ahead and go down for the award ceremony.
In addition to receiving their team trophy, each participating player will receive a medallion in commemorative volleyball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union are Aaron Kirtley, Jean Berger, and Taylor Anderson. Congratulations to head coach Rusty Wintermote and the Kuemper Catholic Knights on an outstanding 2022 volleyball season. And now, Indy Grassley of Dike-New Hartford will advance her team on the bracket to the semifinal round. Dike-New Hartford fans, your team advances to the Class 2A semifinals and will play the winner of Hinton and Denver tomorrow at 4 p.m. right here on court number 1.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give our Casey's player of the match, and I think you have to go with Peyton Peterson with the 15 kills. Just a 128 kill efficiency. Got to give a lot of credit to Sophie Bading and some of the others in the middle for their blocking on what she was trying to do, especially early, but relentless is the only term I can think of. They just keep going with her, giving her opportunities, and she will put them away more often than not.
Yeah, like you said, Sophie Batting, I don't know if they're going to face as tough of a block as she showed, and that was part of the errors. But when it came down to it, Peyton Peterson led in so many different categories and is such a phenomenal player.
That's just one of those things you want a player on your team like that who can just put a ball away, especially with as many players as they have. Fans, Casey's General Stores is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's player of the game, Peyton Peterson. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's Cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. Once again, Molly, this was fun. Always a pleasure working with you, and I think we definitely saw a team that has an argument of being the best in the state regardless of class today.
Yeah, I agree. And it was, kudos to Kuemper Catholic for having a phenomenal season. They were 38-5. That's nothing to be ashamed of. And they came and they fought today, and they played a very tough team. And so congrats to them as well.
Final score once again in 3 sets. Dike-New Hartford the sweep. They are into the semifinal round, which will be tomorrow at 4 against either Hinton or Denver. That again is the matchup that's coming up on court number 1 next. Final score, Dike-New Hartford 25-20, 25-11, 25-14. For Molly Geis, Ruben Garza, Jose Guzman, our entire crew, we appreciate you for joining us. I'm Emery Songer here in Coralville at Extreme Arena, and thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2022 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we are connectors,
protectors,
leaders,
job creators,
friends,
and neighbors,
and always at your service.
Slate's the place for you!
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.